magic, something that is commonly used in Black Clover and Fairy Tail, but in very different ways. In today's video, we'll be talking about who will win the fight between the immortal black wizard Zeref or the strongest wizard king in history, Julius. But before we start that, quick spoiler alert for Black Clover manga. We will not be using any of Lucius' feats, given the fact that yes, he technically is Julius, but at the same time he isn't. If you're wondering what I'm talking, what do I mean? Think of somebody like Patrick. He was William, but at the same time he wasn't. But besides that, let's get into it. Starting with comparing them both their physical strength. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, because neither of these characters really shown too much of feats considering their physical strength, except for Zeref, and that's why I'll give it to him, since we've seen Zeref go hand to hand with Natsu. Julius, on the other hand, has never shown any capabilities of going hand to hand or physical strength in that aspect. Next is their ability. Starting with Zeref and going over his powers, it's kind of a long ass list. Starting with his living magic will allow him to create powerful demons like, not correct, Bloodman, or the main character of the series, Natsu himself. Immobilization magic, which basically allows him to freeze time, teleportation magic, fire magic, bullying/piercing magic, and what he's known for is black arts. And if you don't know what black arts is, it's basically just death magic. And he has many ways to use this type of magic specifically, like when he killed Hades and Henchman. Moving on to Julius now. Julius' moveset isn't diverse as Zeref's, but it's still pretty good moveset, given the fact that it allows him to accelerate time, decelerate, stop, or even reverse the flow. And by reversing the flow of time, it allows him to act as somewhat of a healing ability, as long as the damage isn't too critical, like the fight with Patrick. He has chronostasis with his time-based magic, which allows him to restrain things in a time bubble. And to take this a step further, he combines this with his mana zone, which allows him to amplify his mana to a certain area, which although is a version, this can't trap people. It traps any magic that's incoming. He also has a move called Anastasis, whatever, stops and rewinds time of a large area so he can stop that attack. This, however, does leave him vulnerable to any attacks that's incoming, like when he decides to stop Liz when he will finna destroy the whole Wizard Kingdom. Now with their powers covered, let's move on to speed, and I'll just say this outright, I'm giving the speed to Julius. Reason being, Fairy Tail speed is very inconsistent, and since Zeref don't have that many speed feat showings except like in maybe 3 battles, the best you can get Zeref is a massively hypersonic to maybe sub-relative. Julius, on the other hand, even though he doesn't have that many showings either, is more consistent than Zeref, like when he was able to react to Patrick's light speed attacks, which are stated to be the fastest attacks in the verse. So in my opinion, Julius can be anywhere from the speed of light to faster than light. With all this information, there is one problem though, and that is the Julius magic even affects Zeref. If you're wondering what I mean by this, let me explain. As I said earlier, Zeref magic, or his curse in this situation, is he's immortal. Because of this, he's simply unaging. And you remember what I mentioned earlier, Julius magic basically accelerates a person's age, meaning that if Julius magic hits Zeref, will it even affect him in the first place? Now yes, there are other factors, like he could just stick him into a time bubble, but you could also say that Zeref magic could offset that altogether. But if you are under the notion that it does affect Zeref, then Julius wins, because at this point he'll be too fast for Zeref to even react to. But me, on the other hand, I'm going with Zeref for your winner, because one, his immortality and more diverse kit. Oh yeah, and before I declare the winner, if you're wondering why I didn't use Very Hard Zeref, it's simple, because there will be no point. Because Zeref's biggest win con when he uses Very Hard Zeref is simply just going back in time and killing his opponent before the fight even starts. Like how his plan was to kill Anilogia before he even got his powers in the first place. But with that, yeah, your winner is Zeref.